Jungkook POV. While teaching lesson, suddenly the bell rang. It's recess time. But I was frustrated when I remembered that I still had a lot of special projects to do. They have a Jimin practice in volleyball, so I was left alone here in the room. I'm the only one left here, isn't it? The handsome transferee is also here, and it looks like he's also doing a special project. He seems to have difficulty inserting the thread into the needle, so I approached him. It's dangerous for him to hold a needle. He might get stabbed. This is my chance. Opportunity to help him. Jungkook. I'm one of those with you who took the quiz yesterday. I'm happy to introduce myself with a matching wave, but he did not speak. By the way, I remember. How can he remember me? He can't see. I slapped myself on the forehead and laughed, but I just looked crazy because he ignored me. I just kept up with the project. We have a 2-hour recess break now, so I think we'll finish all this project, and I'm the only one talking. He's quiet. But even so, when I make a mistake, he helps me. How special is his old school is that he is still good, even if he can't see. Later he ran out of material, so he stood up. I asked where he was going, but he did not answer my question. He's really super duper quiet, so I just followed him and tickled him and asked him where he was going. Transferee, Taehyung, where are you really going? I whispered. Well, I'm feeling close. No one seems to want to talk to him since they found out he's blind, so I'll just go with him. I'm a good classmate and seatmate. To the locker was his only answer. His voice is also handsome. I walk with him to the locker room. Wow, he's great. He can follow the directions, even if he doesn't have a stick or cane, like the ones I see that are also blind. If there is no help, they are holding a stick and wearing sunglasses. But he, when you look at him, doesn't seem to be blind, but he looks like a robot because he just looks straight ahead. I was startled by the cold and sticky water poured on my chest. Arga! Bam Bam froze because we collided and threw the mango juice he was holding at the two of us. You're so lame. Look what have you done. You know this is a gift from Yu-Gyeom to me, and you're bitter, so you purposely bumped me, he shouted angrily. And then he slapped me, so I grabbed my cheek. Sorry, I didn't mean to, and your own drink was thrown there. Even more was thrown on my clothes. I replied, while pointing at my wet clothes, and there were more ice cubes on my chest, so I immediately removed them. Only a few were thrown on his clothes. He seems to be the one who wants to be thrown at me. They seemed pissed at what I said, so I saw Yu-Gyeom facing me and I should have been slapped. But Taehyung caught his hand. Don't interfere with it. Yu-Gyeom shouted angrily and removed Taehyung's grip on his hand. Let them go, babe. Bam Bam weaned Yu-Gyeom and smirked at us. They are total things, blind and nerdy. They are so They are both losers. He threw the cup containing mango juice at me and they walked away. Whoa, you were so good before. How did you know Yu-Gyeom would slap me? Is there a technique? Until I asked and chatted with Taehyung while he was taking something from his locker, but he did not answer me. I've been talking about 1,000 words here, but he still doesn't speak. I was surprised when he handed me a white shirt. Go change your clothes, he said, and now I just remember that I was filled with juice. I immediately went to the comfort room to change. The scent of her clothes. It's big, but it's okay. As I was arranging my clothes in the comfort room, I saw Jimin come in sweaty and come from their volleyball practice. I told him what happened and he almost rushed to them, but I stopped him. Should be when you're slapped. Beat you. Ugh, that's abusive, Jimin said with a shudder. But Taehyung defended me, I said and smiled. Taehyung, the transferee. he asked. I nodded while smiling. Your crush? Aye. He's the only one you need to forget about that Yugyum, he teased. You know I'll be gone for 3 months because we have a game at another school, right? Jimin asked. So I nodded, because he's one of the best volleyball players here at school, and he is also one of those chosen to represent our school. Something drew a strange smile on his lips. What is he thinking? I was surprised when he suddenly pulled me away. It's really our friendship style, pulling each other. Until we got to the classroom, we saw Taehyung sitting there alone. Jimin pulled me, and we went in front of him. Transferee. Jimin called Taehyung's attention, so he stopped doing the project. Because I'll be gone for 3 months, and you're also our great new seatmate, I'll leave my best friend to you first. Take care of him. Especially he has a crush on you. I felt the heat on my face with shame. Because of Jimin said to him. Taehyung didn't have any reaction on his face. He really is a robot. When I come back, you should forget about your ex, Jimin whispered to me. I stopped and thought, I don't want to remember my memories with Yu-Gyeom again, because I know in my heart that I will only be hurt. But I feel better when I'm with Taehyung. I don't know why I'm excited, but I can only say one thing, that I have a crush on him. Days have passed, and I have no one with me, because Jimin has left. It's also sad because I miss him. But do you know, I have exciting news. Taehyung is my neighbor. We always go to school together. It's not him to accompany me, but I wake up really early so I can catch up with him. And we go to school together. Well, we've been together for 2 weeks, but he's quiet, and I'm talking non-stop. All day I was the only one running out of saliva because he didn't speak. And he insults me like, can please shut up. You're so noisy and annoying. Taehyung's line is like that. There's also a frown, but I didn't listen. If then I woke up 1 hour before the time, now it's 5 hours before the time, because I still have a cooking lesson with Grandma. Yes, I'm starting to study to cook for Taehyung, because he doesn't bury food well. At first he didn't eat because that was the day I wasn't that good at cooking. I carved and even dramatized him. Then he ate, but I felt guilty when I tasted my cooking. It's salty. And I learned an important lesson. Lesson learned. Taste what you cooked first before you feed it to your crush. That's why I asked Grandma to teach me how to cook. Another thing, I also observed Taehyung as an introvert. He prefers to be alone, but sorry, I will not stay away from him. He also has a fickle temperament. There are times when he is rude. There are times when I catch him smiling. And there are even times when we fight, but we also get along. And since Taehyung is always with me, the students always laugh at us. I think it was started by Yu-Gyeom and Bam Bam, the blind and the ugly nerd, the handsome blind who liked the ugly nerd. Oh, yeah, true, it's true that love is blind, ha ha ha. They laugh when they see us together, and I'm hurt by their insults, but I just hide it. They will forget about it. Don't pay any attention to them. I tried to make my voice happy, but Taehyung cut him off, and he also removed my grip on his arm. Can you stay away from me? It's always like this. Can you make my life quiet for a while? He raised his voice, which surprised me, so I looked down. I saw that he also looked surprised. Seems to have more to say, but I apologized and ran away. I went home and tears came out of my eyes. I don't know why the pain hurts the way I feel. It hurts even more than I felt when Yu-Gyeom and I broke up. Jungkook, Taehyung is outside looking for you. Grandma called me. I don't want to see him now, I said. So she sighed. I told my grandmother what had happened and what we had quarreled with. Jungkook, You're not really ugly. You just don't really know how to wear a nice outfit, so it's also your fault that you are called a nerd. My uncle said, who visited here today, from another country visited me and my grandma and his boyfriend. Look, why are you wearing eyeglasses? Your eyes aren't blurry. He removed my glasses because it's cool to wear glasses. And why are you wearing that? Loose pants and also a loose t-shirt. I sent you so many beautiful clothes, said Uncle again. I looked at what I was wearing. Why? The clothes suit me, and it's comfortable. I replied. I don't know if you're really my nephew. Who else will wear it outside and at school? He said, and Uncle looked stressed. And your hair? Why is it so dry? Did you shampoo your hair? Said Uncle. I looked at my hair in the mirror. Why? My hair is okay, I thought. That day, my uncle arranged my hair and clothes. Uncle is good at grooming. My uncle didn't let me wear glasses anymore. Finish. Uncle said. After a few hours, I cut and smoothed my hair. When Mark looked at me, he said he had a cute face and sexy what I was wearing. I looked in the mirror because I was confused by what they said. Wait, is this me?